Hello everyone, I'm Emily Schramm and this is episode 1 of a new cooking series, cooking show, we shall call it, that I can't wait to launch with you guys. I do not know what to name it yet and I put it out there and some of these names are pretty incredible. Some top contenders of our cooking show, so keep throwing them out there because we don't know what we're gonna go with. We have Schramm Nom Nom, Fridge Magic by Feed Your Mental, Improvising, Building Food with Thought from S Racer 012. Don't Overthink It from M's Kitchen. M's Kitchen is a great one too. We have so many good ideas, but the point of this cooking show is to bring you weekly videos where you get to learn how I cook and how I think, because basically I take what's in my fridge, put it in a skillet and make it macro friendly. It doesn't have to be that hard. There's not a lot of recipes that I actually enjoy using. And so I want you guys to feel really confident when you're in the kitchen to not only make cooking a little bit more fun, but also to learn while you're cooking and start to think about building your own plate in ways that doesn't have to be a strict, crazy meal plan. There's ways you can do it when you travel, when you're on the go, etc. We're just gonna make it fun. So I thought this was perfect because my mom happened to buy me this amazing apron, having no idea that I wanted to do a cooking show. And Blake and I have been talking about doing a cooking show forever. So we said, F it, let's do it. Mom got me the apron and we're ready to rock. And I made these incredible chicken burgers last weekend for Labor Day weekend. And I cannot wait to share them with you because they were so good and so packed with protein and you're gonna love them. So we're gonna just start with the ingredient number 1, ground chicken breast. All you're gonna do is find a ground chicken breast, ideally that is not raised with antibiotics and free range. It's a little bit harder to do, but I promise it's doable. It's really lean, but you're just gonna throw it into the bowl. It doesn't look good, but we're gonna make it smell good in just a second. Then I was thinking, I was looking through my kitchen and I'm like, you know, if I wanna make 5 burgers, each burger would be about 15 grams of protein, and that's not quite enough protein. Every time I eat, I try to get 25 grams of protein at every meal. And so I was looking in the fridge and I found this incredible Canadian bacon. You can also use just mushrooms. I actually use both to bump up the protein content. So what you're gonna do before anything is take 3 or 4 mushrooms. However, if you really like mushrooms, go more. And then maybe 1 or 2 slices of Canadian bacon. 2 ounces has an additional 11 grams, so we're bumping up the protein for these chicken burgers. And then the mushrooms are the most protein-packed vegetable that you can find, plus they add so much fun texture. So I just want you to dice them up as small as you can. If the people that you are cooking for are weird about mushrooms, you can obviously omit them or make them really, really small. And so I like mushrooms, I'm gonna keep them pretty chunky. So you're dicing these up, and what we're doing is we're also adding bulk to this 1 pound of meat. We wanna make as many burgers as we can, but we also want each burger that we eat to have enough protein. So we're adding a little bit of bulk to it, and then we're also adding some fun flavors at the same time. Chicken is very lean. Most people think chicken and turkey are the only meats you should eat. I believe if you eat meats from the right source, you are doing not just the world a favor, but your body a favor as well. And I have lots of podcasts on that. My latest one, Meathead Hippie, is my podcast. If you haven't listened, I have a full podcast on where to find good meat with Bobby Gill with Savory Institute. So I highly suggest going into it. So we're just gonna throw this in the bowl. I feel so legit with this apron. My mom's gonna love this. Okay, option 2, we gotta get some spices. So we have our protein and we have our bulk. Obviously we can dice an onion. I'm one of those people that is extremely sensitive to onion dicing. Like I need to wear goggles. So there's an amazing thing called onion powder. Dump some onion powder on it, however much you want. I am a huge believer in spices. Spices make or break a meal. You don't have to have salt only to make things taste good. I love this Balance Bites spice from Diane Sanfilippo. This is trifecta. It's garlic, salt, and pepper, the easiest spice blend that everyone needs. And I also am obsessed with Penzeys. It's based in St. Louis. This is called tandoori. I'm just obsessed with the smell. This is incredible. It's like, do you want to smell this? I just need somebody to appreciate this.
Smells good.
It's good. And then you just spice away. So most people do 1 teaspoon. I do 1 tablespoon. It makes things have so much more flavor. Plus spices are basically herbs for your body. So you're having a bunch of natural benefits. I'm gonna I just washed my hands, but taking my rings off. And then what I want you to do is just use your hands and we're pulling it all together. If you like a lot more spices or if you want something more spicy, something like crushed red pepper or paprika is also really good for this. You're just making sure that there's a little bit of spice on every part of the chicken, and you're also trying to distribute the mushrooms and the chicken so there's not just a mushroom burger, which would be the disappointing burger to get. So then what we're doing is saying, okay, is there anything else that I can add to this? And if not, you're good. All you do is take them and roll them into patties. I like to make sure if I can get 5 out of these, then I know that I'm doing it right. I don't really measure, but I'm saying I want to make these 5 even burgers because that's going to mean each burger is going to have about 25 to 30 grams of protein, depending on how much mushroom and how much Canadian bacon you added. Oh, I did that pretty well. So we have 5 right here. You can make them as pretty as you want, but you're about to eat it, so you don't have to worry about making it too pretty. And then we get to grill them. When you come over here, I don't know if that's easy for you, Blake. I am obsessed with the right cooking oil. And Primal Kitchen Foods actually, if this goes on Friday, I think until Sunday, I'm not sponsored by them, but their avocado oil is 35% off. So I got a big jar of avocado oil. You can also get avocado oil spray. When you're looking at foods and fats to cook with, they cannot oxidize. The fats that don't oxidize tend to be saturated fat, but avocado oil also doesn't oxidize, which means your body just doesn't know what to expect from it. It causes inflammation in our body, and it doesn't hold true at high temperatures. So it changes shape once it gets to a certain heat. So we're just gonna put this on a cast iron skillet, make sure it doesn't get too sticky. I prefer, if you can, Bradford loves to grill. I love using a grill for chicken burgers because they do get a little sticky, but as long as you know they get sticky, and don't flip them until they are really cooked through on one side. Let it cook through all the way. If you flip it too soon, they'll stick to the bottom. Now that these are going on, let's go back to figure out what else is gonna be on my plate. So I'm gonna grab another plate. And then we're looking at, okay, we have our protein. Now what else do I need? What else am I missing? And number 1, we need vegetables, always. So we're gonna make a little side salad while that's cooking. If I'm going low carb, option 1 is just do protein and greens, but if you're taking out carb, so you're not using gluten-free bread or corn tortillas, then you have to add a good fat. And so if I'm just doing greens and protein, that's not gonna fill me up. If I take out carb, I need to increase the fat. So I would slice the avocado on this and bump up the fat macro so that I'm not just having protein. What I'm gonna do is, because I'm working out pretty hard, and I also do pretty well with my meals around my workouts, having carbs, about 20 to 40 grams. I'm gonna do 2 slices of gluten-free bread. But remember, you can go lower carb options if you'd like. Maybe if you're not as active or you're working on some insulin issues, you can do corn tortillas. Or my favorite new thing that I just found, I do this thing where every time I'm in the grocery store, I try to buy 1 new vegetable or fruit. And these were just calling out to me. This is a fig. I've only known what figs look like in Fig Newtons. And so I was like, I have to buy this. And I promised Blake he would try it with me because these are so good. It's just figs. I just can't get over it. Right?
I really like it.
Oh my God. It's like amazing. It doesn't taste like a Fig Newton. But if you are low carb or you're being conscious of your carbs, the easiest way is saying, I have my protein, maybe a little avocado, but I want to have some fun with some carbs. Using fruits like this or more vegetables on your plate, like cabbage, carrots, maybe a little sweet potato, is a perfect alternative without having to go for bread if you're grain-free. So that's a perfect kind of measurement of how to build a plate. For me, I'm not low carb, I'm average carb, because I see more muscle definition when I eat them. So I'm gonna add this right on top, adding some olive oil for my side salad, and that is my chicken burger. Let's flip these. I always forget my flipper. And so you'll start to see now they're really done, so they flip well. Same for this. And then you can start to smell them. You can start to see if you want more spices. These are amazing for leftovers as well. So I tend to do 2 pounds at once so that you have lots in store. And you're just gonna keep it on lower heat because it's thick. So you have to get it to cook all the way through. That is my chicken burger recipe. I hope you guys enjoyed my first cooking show, and I'll give you a picture when they're all done and let me know what you think. Help me name it, and I'll see you next week.